Hey church family, great to see you for another Daily Devo, and today we're going to talk about Psalm 91. And Psalm 91 talks about the protection of the Most High. So what we're going to talk about today is when we lean into God and we truly believe, we know that God is going to protect us through all things. And that may look a little different to some, but here the psalmist is going to tell us about what it means to him. And at first, we're looking at trust and confidence. The psalmist opens with a declaration, really, to trust in God. And he highlights that the believer's reliance on his protection and care. And what he's talking about here is if we truly believe, if we truly lean into God and abide in God, that God is going to protect us. And sometimes, I know, we don't feel like it sometimes. We get in the middle of a struggle, maybe a health scare, and things are just all wonky for us, and we're wondering, God, what are you doing? God, where are you at? But God is there, and we need to know that as believers. We need to truly believe, no matter what the circumstances are, that God is always there, and He is always with us. And then it goes on, the psalmist goes on and talks about the refuge in God. He depicts God as a fortress, as a place where we can find protection and care. And we always hear this. We hear this on Sunday mornings in a sermon, and to take refuge in the Lord and all these things. And what does that mean? It even goes down to the psalmist comparing the wings and feathers of God to protect his people, to protect his young. Kind of like a bird would do, kind of like a large, an eagle or an osprey or something. If you ever see videos, those baby birds are being protected by the mama with the wings wrapped around and being protected from all the elements and everything in the outside world, because that mom loves those birds and is caring for them just as God, He loves us and He is caring for us. And he goes on to talk about the protection from evil. And we have all experienced evil. We all see evil pretty much on a daily basis. You can't turn on a TV or social media with seeing something catastrophic or something evil at play. But God is going to protect us from that. And what I mean by that is we may be in some circumstances, we may experience it, but God is going to be there with us to get through whatever that struggle may be. Let's not forget that God has taken care of us to the point that He sent His only Son to die for us. It is that where we gain our salvation and our trust in the Lord with that salvation. At the end of the day, God is always going to protect us. And we have the assurance of God's care. We talk about the assurance of God's care not only in the Psalms, but even in the New Testament. If you look at the Apostle Paul and all the events that went on in his life as he was doing ministry, he was shipwrecked, he was jailed, he was treated terribly by many people, but God was always on his side. And the last thing is that he concludes with a promise that God will bless those who trust in Him and call upon His name. What I encourage you to do is trust in our Lord. Call Him by His name, love Him, trust in Him, and abide in Him. Because like I said, there's always going to be struggles, but God is with us through those struggles. And at the end of the day, whatever you're going through, keep in mind, this is a short time on this earth. But we are going to be in heaven someday for eternity. And I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure eternity is a very long time. Hey, church family, I love you. It's great to see you on the Daily Devos, and I'll see you again soon.